What's up, LC heads? Hope you're enjoying this fine day. I am. Pretty good day so far. Not too bad. Not too bad. All things considered, could be worse, right? Anyway, I was just kind of going through the characters, the roster, and I was like, man, let's talk about how this collab ranks amongst other collabs as far as power goes, and really what Adis' strategy is for power balancing these heroes, at least what it looks like so far. Because when last Cloudia first dropped, Randy was S tier for the longest time. For the longest time, the best unit in the game was a collab hero, right? He was limited. You just, either you were there at launch to get your Randy, or you weren't, and then you had to wait, right? And for a while it was like that. I don't know if that's the case now, right? Because now last Cloudia has dropped characters like Balin, who is just like a freaking powerhouse, right? It seems like now last Cloudia is like, okay, we are going to have our last Cloudia heroes be the gatekeepers to power. Collab heroes will drop here and there, and they'll be about as strong as our heroes, but I mean, that's kind of where we're at today. Now, who's stronger, Balin or Virgil? I already covered a video on this. They're right up there, both at the top. You know what's funny, though? For most people, I'm going to tell you right now, I think for most people, actually, Virgil's going to be stronger. Yes, you can pin me down on that. And it's going to be for this reason right here. Like, here's my Balin. Right, he's awesome. Right, he's at a +4. But his skill, like, he's at a +4. That's how many dupes of him I've managed to get, or which is none. I've pretty much just managed to farm out the 2 prisms last Cloudia has provided for us. Right now, if we go look at my Virgil, there's sweet Virgil. He's at a +12. So, like, he's just going to bring 8 more SC to a fight for me than Balin is. Yo, 8 SC, that is like a freaking berserk ability. That is pretty significant on top of already a very significant kit to begin with. 8 more SC is just huge. You might as well just slap another 30 to 50% more damage on this character because, yo, he brings that to the table. And it's one of these things where, like, okay, how long is last Cloudia going to make it take to catch up for, like, a Balin? Like, how long until last Cloudia drops some stuff until we can actually feasibly grind out some stuff, like some of the prisms? When I say stuff, I am talking about prism stuff. I'm talking about prisms. We should feasibly be able to grind out some prisms for last Cloudia heroes, I would think, like, somehow, other than just by pulling dupes of them, which is like the main thing that last Cloudia heroes have going for them is, well, you'll always be able to pull dupes of them here and there, even when you don't want them, right? As amazing as Balin is, who knows, 8 months from now, he might be meh because some other unit drops and he's also on the, I mean, because they consider these heroes limited because they're on the Heroes of Destiny banner or whatever the hell it's called, right? So, yeah, I mean, you could be pulling, you can at least feasibly pull a Balin off of one of those banners that is a reoccurring thing that comes back. And the collab banners, they don't come back like that. That was the point I was making, is that at least the collab heroes are actually somewhat limited. You never really know if a collab is even going to come back, right? So I would just think that for most people, since, like, from my understanding of it, most people play Last Cloudia. The paid population, they will go in on collabs because they understand that that shit's actually limited. It's not going to be coming back for a long time, especially when it's something that actually budges the meta a little bit. I don't know. For me, personally, Chrome is a good example of that. I thought Chrome kind of did change the game as far as farming goes, and he's also a limited collab unit. Right, now, because we all know that as awesome as Balin is, you'll be able to get him later. He will be around. There's like not a chance of Balin not coming back around. He is one of the core Last Cloudia characters. So of course, there's going to be more Balins to pull. Right? Who knows? This +4 will be a +8 in no time. Right? Meanwhile, Virgil will be stuck at his +12 status. So, I would just think that since more players actually go in for collabs, they're going to be picking up some of the prisms for the collab heroes, right? Because as you do pulls on the paid banner, which you kind of have to do to get their paid gear, it's all a trap. It's all a paid trap, damn it. Right, but as you're falling for that paid trap, you are scoring some prisms along the way. So I would just be willing to bet that more people have actual collab heroes that have like a +10 or a +12. Yeah, as opposed to, pulling a Balin off of a banner. I mean, I don't wail for them. I get the new Balin and I'm like, awesome, we'll cap him out, we'll build him, but I'm not throwing on my lap is trying to get duplicates of Balin, right? Because I know he's not limited, he's going to be around. On a collab, though, you're like, man, I wouldn't mind having 2 or 4 more SC on this character, since that's going to be the dead-end wall for them for the next foreseeable future. Like, right, as strong as I'm going to be able to get my Virgil right now, that is where he is going to cap out, because he is a collab hero. And I haven't seen any way of getting prisms for collab heroes, unfortunately. That would be something really cool if they did that, if we could grind that out. I mean, I'm sure people would jump to the moon for something like that. Adis, damn it. But it just hasn't happened, right? So, like, wherever this character is when this collab is gone, that's where he's going to be, right? Balin has room to grow, right? we could just say that, right? Like, if they never brought back Devil May Cry 5 ever at all, if they had a falling out, if the studio, I don't know, hey, come up with any random reason why the Devil May Cry Collab 5 would just never come back around at this point. As far as Last Cloudia is concerned, my character would be locked in at a +12 SC character for all eternity. Balin, on the other hand, that's not the case. I'm always going to be able to, I feel like I feasibly always have access to prisms for Balin, right? And eventually, I'm sure there will be something where maybe you can pick a prism for him. The point is, you guys see what I'm talking about, and that is why I think for most accounts, right off rip, Virgil's probably going to be stronger, unless you wailed for Balin, unless you just could not contain yourself and you were like, no, I have to have my Balin at +18 right now, at +15. I'm going to go ham, and I'm going to pull all these freaking prisms for him right now, and then he's just going to rock the Casbah for me and carry this account. Well, in that case, then yes, your Balin might very well be stronger than your Virgil, right? Or maybe you're an ultra super mega whale and you have every character at +20 SC, and if you do, I guess maybe you could do a more fair comparison, but that is just in the realm of craziness, even by my standards. So, I don't know. guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, let me know what you think, which collab did it best, honestly. And I'm talking about, like, power. I honestly think Devil May Cry 5 here, this has been the strongest collab that we have seen since Randy. I dare say it, since Randy, because at least these characters are going up into like the S tier meta. You cannot sit here and say that Virgil and Nero here are not S tier characters. That's just crazy. They totally are, especially when Virgil's up there clawing for the top spot with Balin. We couldn't even have a discussion about that with some of the other collabs. I mean, just look at the last collab that we just got. Look at the last collab that we just got. Like, I get it. Joker's pretty damn good. He is. Like, you know, Morgana, I love Morgana. I think she's cool. But look at the other two heroes. No. I'm sorry. But that was a complete bust. Crow and what's her name? Crow is a non-element damage character. Do you see me dropping any videos talking about who's better, Crow or Balin? Like, come on, it's not even in the realm of possibilities. We're talking about a video game, god damn it, right? That's just not gonna happen. The very fact that I had to drop a video talking about how strong Balin is compared to how strong Virgil is. That speaks volumes on its own, I think. You didn't see a damn thing about Crow or what's her name? Oh, she was so Violet was just so damn disappointing that the only vids that I made on Violet was just confirming that the counter mechanism in this game is still trash. And unfortunately, this character has like, oh, I don't know, a sixth of her ability tree tied up in counter skills. She has all these amazing things that will happen when you counter, except she doesn't have anything to actually increase her rate of counter. So cool, all these amazing things are going to happen when you counter at a 0.001% chance. You would just think that somebody that has the whole effing tree tied up and countering, you would have one freaking ability in there that at least doubles your counter range or something along those lines. So these characters, they made no sense. Personally, Morgana, Morgana is all not that powerful either, but she's a freaking cat, so she gets a pass from me on that, just from character design. And Joker is a fairly strong character, right? I think he plays on all the mimic abilities, so it was something cool, something kind of outside the box. I really like what they did with Joker. I'm still going to work on mine, right? But it was nowhere near the realm of Balin. So, let's see. Prior to that, what do we have? Like, Full Metal Alchemist. Like, they didn't do bad. Specifically with Roy Mustang, he's been holding it down for fire. And look at mine. He's at plus 18. That is specifically because I just don't have shit for fire on this account. So I was like, this dude is just going to have to hold it down for fire. And I got him to a bonus of plus 18. So my fire party is going to be looking pretty strong now with the young knight Nero up in the mosque, right? He's going to be throwing a bunch of fire as well. He is at a plus 10. Right. Oh, my androids. Ooh, we got a plus 20 2B. Absolutely love my 2B. Oh, she is just she's a machine hunter. Anytime we're fighting a nasty machine boss, you know 2B, she gets to come out and play with her bonus plus 20. Absolutely love this hero. I just like looking at her. She just looks so badass. Right, and here's her sister. She's at a plus 14, right? So, these were great heroes. They were. But at the same time, as much as I love 2B, I can't exactly compare her to Balin, who absolutely like wrecks everything. Like 2B, she's got like some advantages against doing damage to machines and stuff like that. She's pretty tanky, and she has that fun mechanic to play with where you get to, let's see, what is it? Her, like, armor heavy, her systems where you get to, like, her chips. Yeah, that's what it is. You get to plug in your attack chip or your defense chip. I mean, it's cool, it's interesting, it's something different. If anybody remembers how these heroes work, you can either have all your chips on at the same time, or you can unplug them, or you can just have one, right? But you can actually make a fairly tanky, because if you have all the chips plugged in together, I believe they kind of, some of them start canceling some of the bonuses out from the other ones or something along the lines of that. It's still something different, still something cool. I really like what they did. Especially now, one of the abilities from this collab, I think, can actually help Virgil. The skill salve or whatever we get once in a while, you can activate it, and it gives your SCT speed 100% bonus. So your SCT recovery speed is going to double. You're going to be getting your abilities back twice as fast. I think it only lasts for like 15 seconds or something like that, right? But for somebody like Virgil, who is going to have like a 30-second or like a minute time span to do as much damage as possible, and he's going to be doubling his hit count, and just it's just crazy, right? Being able to have 100% more to your SCT charge, even if it is for like 15 or 20 seconds, it's going to increase the damage he can do substantially, because he's going to be able to throw a few more abilities there at the end, or just not throw those at all, because he's going to actually be able to charge a few more abilities up, right, before he actually runs out of his kit and kind of hits that brick wall where it's like, okay, I have 10 more, 5 more seconds on my devil driver buff, right? But I've eaten through the apple pie. I've eaten through my kit. I have nothing left to throw. With that skill solve, before his time runs out and his buff runs out, you'll be able to, you'll feasibly be able to regenerate some of his abilities to throw, right? I don't know. I've been messing around with it. I think it works pretty well. I'm going to probably drop a video actually showcasing some of that stuff, just trying to take full advantage of this guy's Devil Breaker status, or whatever they're calling it. I call it Demon Time because, yeah, Virgil is just on that Demon Time. It's crazy when you see all of those damage counters hit at the same time, and you're like, yep, he truly is psycho. It's freaking awesome. So keep an eye out for that. I will be dropping a vid on that too. Man, him sitting there at plus 12. Ooh, I would kill for a couple more prisms of him. What are you gonna do? But let's see, Mr. Full Metal here, Edward Elric. He's at a plus 10. I don't feel like that was a huge, because what is he? He is doing earth damage, right? Yeah, he's primarily doing earth damage. We have Levi for some real earth damage, and Levi is just insane. Very cool character. I just actually spent some more resources powering mine up today, and he's at a plus 6. Were there 3 prisms to grind out for him? Because I remember that I only pulled Levi just out of dumb luck right at the very end, right before his banner crapped out. Oh, you know what it is? One of those prisms was one of the prisms that you can get for 20 of his hero credentials or something. That's probably what it is. That's why I ended up getting 3 prisms for this hero. Very cool. Still working on Levi. Oh, and his sister. I mean, this was a pretty strong collab when these heroes dropped. Yeah, Mikasa's at a +10 because we had no problem pulling some dupes of her. Right. But still, even with all of these cool collab heroes that we're talking about, I have to say right now, as it currently stands, Virgil, just, yeah, Virgil. And it should be so, right? This is the newest collab to drop. But this collab really shits on the last one, is all I'm saying. As much as I love my Morgana, right, Crow and Violet, what the hell were they thinking? I want my Lapis back. Right, Nier, as much as I absolutely, love my Nier characters, to be is not to be. When she's standing against Virgil, I couldn't, as much as I love this hero and the fact that she's like at a +20 bonus, I can't compare her to Virgil or Balin. Yeah, she's getting outshined just a little bit. I still love her, still love looking at her, and anytime we have to fight a giant robot, you better believe she's coming on out to play. Right, so, but leave me your thoughts. Let me know which collab you thought was the best so far. And of course, like, yeah, you could say Randy's still #1. He's like the only collab hero we've ever had to actually hold the S tier #1 spot in Last Cloudia for over a year and a half. I don't think anybody is ever going to beat Randy's reign. Because just for the longest time, that's how it was. Like, all the characters came in. We were getting new heroes left. Randy's still better. Like, sorry, but Randy was just still better, yo. Like, his kit was on another level at the time. And he was doing non-elemental damage, right? So he just didn't have to worry about resistances or anything like that. And he just reigned supreme for, like, it was over a year, right? And it was funny because if you were there for the launch of Last Cloudia, you got Randy. You pretty much had him. You could just re-roll an account. I'm pretty sure everyone just got him automatically. Or you got 1 out of 3 of the heroes for free automatically. So you could have just, re-rolled an account that day and made sure the 1 out of 3 heroes you got was Randy. All right. Now, I do not have Randy on this account. Look, there's no Randy Bobandy here. All right, I don't have Randy at all. So we are actually missing the king of collabs himself. How funny is that? Right? Anyway, let me know what you guys thought. But as far as this account goes, the collab heroes are the ones that make it happen here, just because I have them all at a higher SC. I have more bonuses for them. Maja, let's see, Maja's at like what? Ooh, Maja's at a +12, that's right. Yeah, I actually did wail for Maja a little bit just because he's so stupid with what he can do before he has to take an old grandpa nap. Like, you guys want to talk about burst damage. The burst damage that Maja can create is just dumb. It's so dumb that he has to take a nap afterwards. And as a result, yeah, I actually did go in for him. And I got him at a +12. Other than that, really, the only Last Cloudia character I have personally wailed for, as you guys know, is going to be Ray. Ray, we have Ray at a +12. I did try to pull some dupes of Ray. That is just how freaking awesome Ray is. And that was after I had already got Ray, and I had the UR arc. So there was absolutely no reason for me to pull on that banner other than just to score another copy of Ray. But after I realized how strong Ray can actually be with the whole flinch-proof thing, yeah, I went all in there at the end. And actually, I was trying to get him at like a +16. We had 30,000 Lapis that we threw, that we just... We scored all blues and yellows for 30,000 Lapis. We did not even pull a red. I made a video on it. It was effing brutal, but that's just, you know, that's why you should never wail. Right? But yeah, the only non-collab hero that I'm willing to actually wail for in this game is Ray, and that's just because he's my favorite hero. And if that's the case, that's the best reason in the world to wail for anything or just to do anything, is because you wanted to. Don't listen to what anyone else says. Make yourself happy, god damn it. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it off there. Hope you enjoyed.